lying here with my arms crossed, like I don't even care anymore.
Hey folks, thanks for checking the video out. Today I want to take a look at something a little bit different. This is Mureka.ai. So this is an AI platform where you can essentially create full songs. Now, for me as a studio owner, as a musician, there's that kind of barrier between what we do and what AI does. And a lot of people think that barrier is large and you shouldn't cross it. To me, I'm using this and I'm interested in this for two reasons. I create videos for companies. I do videography where we often need music. And don't get me wrong, I can create that stuff. I've got a network of musicians, we can create whatever you want. But often these people can't afford to pay for that as well. But it's also good for if you're a singer-songwriter and you want to sketch out some ideas. So you've got some lyrics and maybe you want to see how it sounds in a pop kind of style, or maybe you want to hear how it sounds in a blues kind of style. And we're going to take a look at some kind of blues love song stuff in a moment. But this, for me, was a purely educational activity. It was like, well, what can we actually do with AI? And is it useful in terms of me personally for creating content and for sketching out ideas? And yeah, it is useful and I think it's a cool platform. You can check it out. You can get some free credits over at Mureka.ai. Let's just see how I can use it and how I can interpret what it's doing by throwing in a few AI ideas and seeing what comes out. Let's check it out. So this is Mureka.ai. So essentially what you can do is we're on the create tab here. We can do one of three things. We can, if we wanted to, we could just type in, write me a song that is blues, or write me a jazz piece or something like that, which is cool. We can do that. We can also go to something advanced, which is where it really kind of comes to light, and we can do something a little bit crazy here. So there's four things. First of all, we can input a reference. So we can do that by putting a YouTube link in, which is cool. And we can say, I want the track to sound like this. We can select a singer, which is not something I've really seen before, which is great. We can describe the music, how we want it to sound, what the general gist of it is. And we can also put some melody ideas in. So we can record a little bit of a vocal snippet and it will integrate that. What I want to do is go for a completely AI generated thing and just let it do what it does. Now, as a musician myself, I'm kind of hesitant to use tools like this sometimes, but also as a follower of technology and tech sphere in general, it's interesting to me. So it's an educational journey for me, I guess, just to see how far this AI stuff has really come. So I've created some lyrics just through an AI platform, and its prompt was create a blues love song talking about drinking whiskey, because it's blues, you know. So let's see what it does for us. Completely AI. Let's go Whiskey and You. Pretty good name. So we've got some lyrics here. I've been sitting here, baby, just watching the rain. Every drop on the window feels like my pain. That is blues. Let's just see what it creates for us, because I think it's going to be interesting. Let's select a singer. Now, this is kind of unique because you can choose from a set of different singers. So let's just hear what Stan sounds like.
I dreamed of crafting this.
Nope. Roderick.
I dreamed of crafting the song.
Maybe Gemma.
I dreamed of crafting a song.
She could be cool. Darren.
I dreamed of crafting a song.
Let's go for Gemma. She sounds like she's got a pretty soulful voice. Description. Okay, so it's going to be blues, whiskey, love song. Let's say slide guitar. Let's say drums, walking bass, keyboards, organ, loads of reverb. I don't know, why not? Let's click done. And melody ideas. I'm not actually going to include something because I want it to just kind of come up with something itself. Let's see what it does. Hit create. All right, it's done a couple of versions for me, and just here you'll see all the stuff that I've done in the past. This was, I asked it to do a Limp Bizkit style track about marshmallows. That was interesting. Front Porch Kind of Love was very cool. That was a similar kind of bluesy thing that I was just testing out. Let's hear Whiskey and You version 1.
I've been sitting here, just watching the rain. Every drop on the window feels like my pain. But then you walk in with that smile on your face, and suddenly this old heart, it starts to race. Whoa. Sipping on whiskey, thinking about you. That sweet bird reminds me of the love we once knew.
All right, I like it. It's kind of old school blues. Let's see what number 2 did, and then we can maybe give it the prompt to do something a little more modern if we want to.
I've been sitting here just watching the rain, every drop on the window feel like my pain. But then you walk in with that smile on your face, and suddenly this old heart, it starts to race. Sipping on whiskey, thinking about you. That sweet burn reminds me of the love we once knew.
Okay, a little more upbeat. I think we can go a little bit more though. Let's say, so modern blues, let's say almost like pop. And then it's got whiskey in there. Let's put a little reference in there as well. Now the reference I'm putting in, obviously I can't play it, but it's Uptown Funk. So this to me is kind of the epitome of modern pop, and the production in it is great, and it's still got that almost kind of blues element to it as well. So I want to see how it references that and how it kind of thinks about that in terms of our blues whiskey track. Okay, so let's put Uptown Funk. Genre, well, it's kind of pop. It's got elements of obviously funk in it. Let's go just pop though, and it's definitely happy, isn't it? Okay, done. Cool, so let's use that, and it's just using the first 30 seconds, so it's just using that intro bit and when it kind of kicks in. So I'm interested to see how this actually interprets it, because it's not from like the chorus section, it's really just the initial groove and the initial kind of vocal riff in there. So it's gonna be really interesting to see how it picks that up. So now we've got the reference in there, let's take a listen. It's still kind of saying, so blues folk as opposed to funk soul. That's interesting. Previously it thought funk soul, and now we've given it Uptown Funk and it's not gone funk. That's interesting. Let's listen to version 1. Reference from Uptown Funk.
Baby, just watching the rain. Every drop on the window feels like my pain. But then you walk in with that smile on your face, and suddenly this old heart starts to race. Sipping on whiskey, thinking about you. That sweet bird reminds me of the love we once knew. With every drop I'm falling deeper in, like this whiskey, our love's got me spinning again. The nights.
Nice. I like how the vocal kind of puts that inflection on it. So it's got with every drop I'm falling in, and then like this whiskey, your love's got me spinning again. So in rhyming with again is kind of a half rhyme, but it makes it so that it does rhyme again, which is cool. Let's listen to version 2.
I've been sitting here, baby, just watching the rain. Every drop on the window feels like my pain.
Okay, let's change this description, because I think having blues and then Uptown Funk is kind of confusing it. So let's go for, let's say, full on modern pop production. We've got a pop, whiskey, love song. Doesn't necessarily need to be a love song. Pop, hip hop, angry, energetic, inspired. I've got to hear this.
I've been sitting here, baby, just watching the rain. Every drop on the window feels like my pain. But then you walk in with that smile on your face, and suddenly this old heart, it starts to race. Sipping on whiskey, thinking about you. The sweet bird reminds me of the love we once knew. With every drop falling deeper in, like this whiskey love's got me spinning again.
That's great. Let's listen to version 2.
I've been sitting here, baby, just watching the rain. Every drop on the window feels like my pain. But then you walk in with that smile on your face, and suddenly this old heart, it starts to race. Sipping on whiskey, thinking about you. That sweet burn reminds me of the love we once knew. And every drop, I'm falling deeper in, like this whiskey love's got me spinning again.
So what it seems to me is that this is kind of a cool way of, even like putting everything else aside, demoing tracks and seeing how this could fit into certain genres. Because I can see now when we had these lyrics in a blues kind of old school kind of style, the lyrics worked. But now they're in a modern pop thing, it's a little bit faster and the lyrics don't quite fit in as well. So it's like a sketchboard where we can kind of take bits out and say, right, that works, that doesn't work. I think it's cool. And I think that if you take it purely on face value, it's great for people who are just starting out and working out what tracks sound like, how songs work, and how you can put lyrics in with a reference and how it's going to actually manifest itself in specific genres. So for me, I'm using this for just quick ideas that I need something for videography, like for content, where I need something that has a specific style and the client can't necessarily pay for me to create a full track. You know, I'm not going to turn the work away just because they can't pay more. I still want the work. I'm just going to make it work for them. And also for singer-songwriters, anyone who's trying to work stuff out, see if their lyrics fit, see if anything works in a specific genre, it's going to be great for that. And also you can go over to the right-hand side and download the instrumental and the stems as well. So you can get the drum stem, the guitar stem, whatever it is, and the vocal stem. Take that off and put your own vocal on. Great for working out demos, working out stuff. You know, AI is really just one step beyond. If you're working in Logic and you use that, you know, Logic drummer, is it really that different to that? I don't think it is. And in the new version where you've got the keys and the guitars, is it much different to that? Well, it's not. It's not any more steps. It's just a few more kind of intelligent steps in the right direction. So there you go. For me, I'm using this kind of thing for creating content, for putting in the background of stuff, but I can also see that for songwriters, it's going to be great for working out what genres your song fits into. You can choose a load of different vocalists, you can choose a load of different styles. Those prompts are really powerful, can help you just to have a kind of a digital sketchboard. So I hope that's useful. Check it out, Mureka.ai. You can get some free credits on there so you can work out what's working for you. And I think it's a cool platform. I'll see you again soon. Take care.